Hi, hi everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome for a new ASMR map tracing with statistics and facts, unknown facts. Well, for today, this is a request, so I chose this topic. I hope it's not controversial, but this is the map of ex-Soviet Union republics or USSR. And let's unveil some unknown facts about and some statistics. Soviet Union, ex-Soviet Union, actual Russia, was established in 30 December 1922 and was dissolved in 26 December 1991 after it became Russia. Well, Soviet Union was a republic of 15, a union of 15 republics, Russia being the biggest, the largest. Well, actually, today, republics of Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan were former Soviet republic, which after dissolution in 1991, they became independent. Well, at its height, it spanned over 22.4 million square kilometers, or 8.6 square million miles, square miles, covering 1/6 of Earth's land area. It was the largest country in the world geographically, stretching over 11 time zones. The former Soviet republics included Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Ukraine, Moldova, Moldavian USSR, Belarus, as we are knowing today, Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania, and the parts which were held from the Russo-Finnish War. Good. Well, population. By the late 1980s, Soviet Union had a population of 290 million people. The USSR operated a planet economy. So there was no market economy or capitalism. It was a socialist communist economy where the government controlled all the production. Government controls production. It was the second largest economy in the world during the mid-20th century. Though it struggled with inefficiencies and stagnation by the 1980s. The most prominent branches of economy or economical branches were agriculture, heavy industry, and military. So these were the main branches or the most developed one. Well, in terms of military, back then Soviet Union maintained one of the largest militaries in history. At its peak, the Soviet Union Red Army had over 5 million active personnel. So, Red Army, 5 million personnel, which was greater than United States at that time. It possessed a vast nuclear arsenal, rivaling that of the United States during the Cold War. Well, other statistics include the space race, for example. The USSR was the first to send a satellite in the low orbit of Earth. It was Sputnik. In 1957, so first satellite. Sputnik in 1957. And the first human who walked in space was Gagarin in 1961. By the late 80s, the USSR launched over 1,500 satellites. Incredible. They launched over 1,500 satellites. The Soviet Union achieved near universal literacy with the rate exceeding 99% by the 1980s. Higher education was heavily emphasized. In the 1980s, approximately 65 to 70% of population, 65-70% of population lived in urban areas, was urban. Well, during the World War II, USSR suffered the highest number of fatalities, with an estimating range of 27 million deaths, including both military and civilian losses. By the 1970s, so in 1970s, USSR produced about 20% of the world's industrial output. World's industrial output. Mostly steel, coal, and machinery. Industrial machinery or agricultural. And now let's talk about the Soviet Union, a secret metro system. Moscow allegedly has a secret metro system known as Metro 2. Metro 2, built during the Stalin age or era, which connects government buildings, bunkers, and key military installations. It was used only by high-ranking officials of the Soviet Union. Antarctic territory. The USSR was an active participant in Antarctic exploration, and they had and have Vostok Station. Vostok Station in Antarctica. It claimed portion of Antarctica but deferred sovereignty due to the Antarctic Treaty. The world's largest building project, the Baikal-Amur Railway, or BAM. BAM, constructed in the 1970s. In 1980s was one of the most ambitious Soviet infrastructure projects, cutting through the Siberian wilderness. Well, did you know that they had closed cities? The USSR maintained closed cities. Closed cities. Or Zato, which were restricted to outsiders and often focused on military research. Military research and development. Research, for example, for nuclear projects or advanced technology and prototypes. National anthem revision. The Soviet anthem, first adopted in 1944, originally mentioned Stalin. Well, the post-Stalin reforms led to revised lyrics, removing references to him. The Lenin State Library of USSR, now Russian State Library, housed 20 million books and was the largest library in the world. Well, Soviet officials were very ambitious, and so ambitious that they even developed a secret moon program. The USSR had a secret program to land a cosmonaut on the moon, but due to the technical failures and competition with US Apollo program, the effort was abandoned. Despite its industrial strength, the USSR often faced shortages of consumer and goods, leading to long queues for basic items like bread, meat, and even toilet paper. Oral Sea disaster. Aggressive irrigation projects in Central Asia led to the near total collapse of the RLC. One of the most severe environmental disasters in history. The Soviet Union pioneered the concept of a floating nuclear power station. Though these ideas only materialized after its dissolution. Chess superpower. The USSR dominated the chess world, producing legends like Mikhail Botvimik, Anatoly Karpov, and Garry Kasparov. Chess was a state-supported activity used to showcase intellectual prowess, and what I know is that chess was taught in the student classes in general school. Soviet cinema was globally influential with directors like Sergei Eisenstein pioneering montage techniques in film. In medicine, the USSR was a pioneer in transplant surgery, and they made the first successful lung transplant in 1969. So first lung transplant in 1969. Well, these were some lesser known facts about Soviet Union, and I hope you enjoy this. Maybe a controversial ASMR. Well, my point with this session was only to offer some insights, a glimpse into the former ex-Soviet republics in terms of ASMR tingles and lesser known facts. That's all. So, please don't start with